Cheers. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
It was how I almost.
Yes. You all are asking, and you're like, OMG, did it taste as good as it? Yep, it did. It was actually tasted gooder than it looked.
Yeah. It's been a busy morning for me already. And for Jason, too. Kind of.
Oh, she throws that in there. She's a morning bragger, y'all. She's a dragger in the afternoon.
We got stuff
but the
to
morning,
do. We got stuff to do.
Well, I know.
We have been so busy, you guys, trying to get ready for the big surprise on the homestead. Not sure how many of y'all have seen the live, so I'm going to leave that for you guys. But yeah, today's the day. Our big video is going to come out revealing what we're bringing to the ridge. And
little secret, they're already here.
Yeah. More than what we bargained for, too, y'all. Not really, but quicker and sooner. But we have been spending every day getting ready because we weren't prepared. When something falls in your lap like that, you just got to adapt and overcome. Isn't that what we say?
Yeah, absolutely, guys. And that is the nice thing. I mean, we're used to bouncing from project to project anyways. So it wasn't untypical. I mean, the bummer part of it, which I guess if there has to be a bummer part in any of this, because there really isn't, is just that we have to mill more lumber because we use some of the lumber that was for the YouTube studio, and the fact that we haven't worked any further on the studio. But this needed to happen. And when you guys see it, and there's probably a lot of you already know, but for those of you who haven't seen the little bean spillage on the main channel on the live, the video comes out on the main channel today to explain everything. Mm-hmm. So not that we're talking in code words, but you know,
we're trying real hard to keep things in our brains like categorized and what goes where, and and blah blah. But and then also today, because I'm going to be editing for the next couple hours, but also today, Eric and Missy from Tilted K are coming over. And we are just so excited because, when you're really, really close with someone and for whatever circumstances happen, you don't get to see each other for a while. It's always a good time when you're able to. So Eric and Missy are coming over. The guys are going to be doing a little work. I don't know what Missy and I are going to be doing. Okay, probably a lot of that. Maybe we might try to work in some filming. I don't know. Not making any promises because it's about the fellowship. So
yeah, it is, guys. And it's making me, as much as the studio's got to be done. That is our absolute must be next project. And then we turn attention to the shop, but what? I'm thinking the deck, the outdoor kitchen might be. I'm trying to look at with the weather that's the summer coming, we know it's going to be hot. We're not going to want to be heating up the house while we're paying to cool it. So, and then to be able to entertain. I mean, this was something that we had talked about. Hey, Eric and Missy are coming over. Should we invite so and so? Like we went down a whole list of people. We were going to have just this huge random Saturday party shindig, and then we realized we don't have the entertainment space to do that. So we, as much as we know all of our friends love coming and hanging out and they really don't care about those types of things, we like to have a proper entertaining area. So we've put the bouginess on ourselves and the restriction and limitations as to only getting to invite, basically like one couple, maybe two couples right now. Because it just, today's supposed to be a gorgeous day, so we should ideally be able to hang outside all day.
But the problem is on the front deck, it's not that wide. I know on camera sometimes it makes it look like that. And we do have a table out there and 4 chairs. Problem with that is the table and 2 of the chairs, but right up against to the, go right straight down because we don't have rails on it yet because we are still building more onto the deck. Mm-hmm. So you're hearing it for the first time with me, folks, that he's actually possibly going to be putting the kitchen build before the shop. Like
I don't like
I wasn't
saying
gonna say it. I wasn't gonna say it.
But once again, it's one of those, you have to weigh necessities and priorities. And
funny story is, when we first bought the land, we're like, the first thing going up is gonna be the shop. And yeah.
It's probably the last thing. It'll be the last thing right before I kick the bucket in like 40 years that I'll have a shop. But
that's the beauty of, if we had that, well, I guess if we had the luxury of living somewhere else and building this or hiring people to build it, it may go in a different order. But given that we're actually living in it while we build, and I say in it is like inclusive of the homestead, you're constantly living it too. So every morning you have chores. Every morning you're busy. You're doing tons of stuff. And so when you have these moments of we get to relax a little bit and hang out with friends, where do we do it? And so, yeah, I'm excited. I will not say no to my outside kitchen because and
it's also a matter of some of the supplies that we know we're going to need for the shop, and some of the prep work is pretty extensive. Mm-hmm. And, one, we have to settle on. We know the design, that is for sure. Mm-hmm. We need to settle on the exact location of the shop, because then I need to prep that area, because, we had the area mapped out already, but then we put the sawmill up, and I'm not mad at it. I'm really not. I think having that area open, there's some more groundwork that needs to be done over there. And then I think at least a good layer of gravel put down, for the muddy season. And just aesthetics, but I do think that the other part that we haven't figured out for the shop is exactly how we're going to build it. Now, we talked about building it where we bury posts, but then that requires posts that are bigger than I can mill my own. So then we have to source them.
And then we'd be buying them.
And as much as that, I mean, that's a pretty large cost, because then we could mill everything else beyond that. So if all we had to do was buy the posts, it's not the end of the world. We are prepared to do it that way. But now that we built this structure that we just built with lumber that was totally free to us, and we're doing that with the studio, it really makes you kind of think, okay, well, if I can build smaller structures, albeit maybe in steps, the shop is going to be much larger than anything that we built so far. And so trying to plan ahead, guys. I know. I can't even believe that sentence come out of my mouth. I Googled what plan meant. That's why I could use
most of the time, if you know us, it's just willy-nilly. We wake up in the morning and we've talked about it before, not extensively, but that, one of the things that's kind of us is we will have multiple projects going on at any given time, because we're workers and we like to wake up and work. We're not sit-arounders. And sometimes when you're working on a project, it gets kind of redundant, kind of repetitive. And so it's nice to have the other projects that we can be like, over coffee, baby, let's go work on such and such today.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And that's normally how it goes, y'all. We'll talk the night before, or sometimes a couple days before, of, hey, this is what we need to get done. And then we'll wake up that morning and be like, nah, we're not doing any of that. And we come up with a whole new plan. Yeah. And,
but it works for us. It works for us.
It does. And it's dishwasher's done.
Yeah, I brought my dishwasher down, y'all. I love it.
But at this point,
I recommend it.
I think it's more of necessity is driving the priority of projects. Mm-hmm. Vice wants, we want, and granted, we need the shop. We do, don't get me wrong. But I think other areas and things are a little bit more priority for us. And
we're making do.
Yeah.
I guess I should say.
what we have set up right now, albeit, the Harbor Freight sheds and stuff and the hoop shed, it's working, and
one good thing though about, milling what we milled and putting up the shelter is it's a decent sized shelter. And granted, we busted our butts, but we knocked it all out in, 2-3 days. So I'm not opposed. And I know we kind of brushed at this a little bit. I mean, what do you guys think? Like, I wouldn't be opposed to putting up a small garage that's not our full shop, but I mean, look how quickly we were able
maybe
to do
just a garage style.
Yeah.
And it's something that I guess even if it didn't have a door, but I mean, doors would be ideal for weather.
Even like those $2,000 doors I sent you that were from a castle, or didn't I send those? No. Or the old doors? Oh, I found these.
You sent me one old door, but it wasn't from a castle.
Oh, that one was $1,000. It was an old barn door, but it was just so cool. No. Yeah, I didn't think so. It's more for the look of it. I'm gonna have to go back because maybe I can recreate it. I think I can. But yeah, I'm not opposed to doing just a smaller garage after the YouTube studio, just so we can kind of refocus. Because in order to do the deck the way that I want for the summer kitchen, I kind of don't want that Harbor Freight shed there.
Well, right, and that would have to. Yeah. We've talked about. I mean, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, now our brains are going.
The brains are going 100 miles an hour, y'all. And the idea behind some of it, too, is for me, is like, as a larger structure, it's something that we can't just easily move. I mean, I know anything and everything is movable if you're willing to pay the money to have it moved. But I don't want to. It's kind of a one-shot, one-kill type deal of, I do it, it's here, it's moving, or it's not moving. It's a permanent, and that's what took so long to solidify the exact location of the mill, because I knew putting it on that slab that I wasn't going to want to move it, and there are ways of moving that whole concrete slab and everything, and we could, but I'm not going to. No. I'd rather just adapt unless it becomes something to where it's like, okay, we have to move this because it's just not working. Or for some weird reason we decide we get rid of the mill. I don't see that ever happening, but crazier things have happened. You never know.
True, you married me.
Well, that was the smartest decision.
And I think so.
So yeah, we're gonna get at it. The sun is shining beautifully, guys.
Although there was a nip in the air, hence the hat this morning. I went out and did chores, and yeah, by the time I filled water bottles and stuff, my fingers were all like freezing and non-existent. And we are going to keep this one shorter because we got stuff to do. Yeah,
we're going to get some things around yet. Mama's got to, as Mel likes to say, jump in the matrix. She's got to get herself in there, get that done so that she's not staring at the computer the whole time Eric and Missy are
here. I want to and I've got a lot of footage.
And we want that video out to you guys.
Yeah, and as we're shooting and filming, but also trying to knock out this project, I was very cognitive of the fact that I really wasn't doing my best videography because, if we're just willy-nilly and building something, not that anything's willy-nilly, but you get my drift. You pay a little bit more attention to your angles and to shooting this and shooting that. But when you're knocking out something because you're on a time frame or you're going to miss out on the deal, the camera becomes second. And so I'm hoping to be able to throw together something really, really
I'm
great.
sure you will, because most of what we film up to now, I mean, I know she places a camera, but it's kind of like I just get to work and throw the camera wherever it happens to land. So
yeah, you're learning, though. You do a good job.
Oh, it's dangerous. So, but yeah, with that, guys, like she said, this one's going to be a short one.
In relation to the others.
Yeah. But we're enjoying this journey and everything, just being able to do it. I know yesterday we didn't get you a coffee chat video, and we've said from the beginning, we may miss some days, guys, just because we need to get going on whatever, or if we don't have much to talk about. I mean, that's
us.
Yeah.
Not much to talk about.
Well, where we sit down, like sometimes we want it to sit down and be, you know, words of wisdom or something, you know, or life lessons. And some days it's just us.
Well, I think the kind of
rambling words out of our mouth.
The cool thing and the beauty about doing this is we don't sit down and be like, what are we going to talk about today? And so we don't. We just sit down, we start the camera, whatever rambles comes out of our mouths. And, you know, I kind of feel like we're being led sometimes to talk about a certain thing and somebody needs to hear it. And so we just go with it. We don't plan it about the time we plan something to talk about. We'll be sitting here going,
yeah, but, and we know that that's what you guys appreciate about what we're doing. And, you know, ultimately at the end of the day, it doesn't matter if we end up with 17 channels, which ain't going to happen, but we're still being us. Like
hiring an editor.
If you came and sat here and had breakfast with us in person, this is the same type of conversation. So we appreciate that you all enjoy that.
And I'm not ruling out a pop-up live at 6 a.m. I know there were several of us that were commenting in the comment section about it and how cool that would be. It's just going to depend on how early I wake up and how I'm feeling. Because I tell you what, 2 nights ago, yesterday morning, I was up at 3 a.m. Could not get back to sleep. And I went through 2 pots of coffee yesterday just to keep functioning. Sometimes I just can't. Sometimes I will. But if I'm up and I'm feeling like it, watch for a pop-up live.
Quit getting up so early.
I can't help it.
You just enjoy them bragging rights. I'm up before the sun and the chickens and the porcupines.
Trust me, because I am so exhausted by this. I'm just like trying to keep up with you and then, you know.
Hey, we went to bed last night at the exact same time. Fell asleep relatively around the same time.
And I did sleep. I woke up at 1 and I'm like, oh, no, I cannot do this again. So I was able to go back to sleep, which is rare. And then I actually slept till 6. So that was huge for me. And I did feel so much more refreshed. Sore because we've been busting butts, but little muscle relaxer helped a lot. And so I felt really refreshed this morning. I was ready to go.
So, all right, guys. As usual, if you like what we're doing, share this out. Let some other people know that we're doing this as, you know, this is our side channel, our talkie channel, that we get to sit down and you guys get a little bit more personal.
What? Did you think babe, I ain't looking outside. What? Share with the lovely folks what you and Mike over at MT Homesteaders are going to be doing.
So... yeah, we've shared it out. I don't think we put it on our channel Facebook yet, but we need to share the link. So Mike and Terry, Big Mike over there at MT Homestead, they were talking on their live the other night, and it's not the first time that he's had a discussion with people about it, and it's not the first time that I've had discussions with people about it. And so we came together and decided that we're doing Sergeant's Talk TV. I'm almost 100% sure. We'll be getting a link out for you guys. And it's going to be a live-only channel where Mike and I will come up and we're going to talk about our experiences in the military. And then as time progresses, we're going to go ahead and bring like one guest a week. It'll be, right now we're looking at Tuesdays at 8 p.m. Central. We're going to do a live. And this coming up Tuesday should be the first one, and I'll get some more details for you guys. But yeah, it's not necessarily designed, neither one of us are psychologists or therapists or anything, but we know the feeling of vets being able to talk to other vets. And sometimes vets don't want to talk, but then they can listen to other vets talking about their experiences in the military. And it does help them. It's therapeutic in ways that no clinical therapist can help you.
Right.
And
sometimes, like he says, just talking, because even as his wife, I can listen, but I wasn't there for his experiences. I wasn't in Afghanistan. I wasn't in Iraq. You know, I didn't do those things with him. And so to be able to sit down and have that discussion with other vets. Because I see it all the time anytime we go anywhere and he runs into a vet, and they're like old brothers. And so it's just a really cool, awesome thing that I think that they're going to do. And not only that, but you guys they've just been brainstorming behind the scenes. And, we've had to reach out to Veteran Services for different things, different organizations. So being able to provide those resources to other vets, talking about everything and anything military related. So if you have someone in your life that you love that, that you think could benefit from that, share the link to him. It's going to be kind of his thing. I'll only help if he asks for help, and I'm sure that'll just be getting him a cold snack or coffee. But yeah, we'll check that out. We'll put it in a link down below, and that's it. Yeah.
So, all right, guys. We love you. We appreciate you, and we'll see you in the next one.
Peace out.
Bye.